At just the age of 26, Macmiller has passed away.
Rapper Macmiller has reportedly died of an overdose. TMZ is reporting that Miller was found dead on Friday at his home in California's San Fernando Valley.
Take a look at this big crowd here, lots of fans here. What's really impressed me tonight is the neighbors. Neighbors loved him. One guy said, you know what, I'm too old. I've never heard his music, but what a great neighbor, what a great kid. In fact, the best kid you'll ever meet.
I'm always like, if someone's like, you want to try this? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then it just kind of do up when you have a bunch of money, because like, you try a drug, you like it, and you can buy a lot of it, you know? So I went through about everything. We clear up a couple of things here. There's been a lot of talk about me being on drugs. Look at me, do I look like I'm on drugs to you? Not on drugs. Drugs are on me. Alright? Overdosing is just not cool. There's no legendary romance. You don't go down in history because you overdosed. You just die.
Macmiller admits Illuminati connection. You know, I'm not in the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I don't know if it's real or if it's not. Who knows, man? Who knows about all these conspiracies in the world, man? They all could be real. They all could be fake. We just gotta keep living. Nah, man. I'm just, you know, me.
Hip hop nowadays is very hard to even define it because every year it come up with something crazier. But I know hip hop started in the Bronx, New York. The whole rap thing where I recall and remember when rap first started off, it was all about trying to help each other get out of the struggles of in the inner city. And it started off with everybody talking about we're gonna go back to the motherland in Africa and we're gonna help each other. But now hip hop is way far away from what it started, from the foundation of basically positive and getting the people out of the struggles of the inner city. Right now, hip hop, from what we know, is all about how much guns you shot, how many people you murdered, how many women you fornicated with, disrespecting women and disrespecting other people. Is basically to the point where it's even hard to define hip hop, as far as my concern. Unfortunately, man, I think the Shaitan, he beautified that lifestyle where when a person turn on the television, they see these rappers and it look as if their life is just full of happiness. They see them for a 5-minute video, a bunch of cars, mansions, money, but they don't get to see these people behind the scene. That most of the people in the entertainment business, unfortunately, they are some of the most unhappy people on the face of the earth. Even though their music videos might display another characteristic of these people, but these people, they not happy. And I was one of these people. It was it's like the people are searching for something to drink. Everybody's thirsty. And most of the people, they turn to negative to quench their thirst, you know what I mean? And I was right along with these people. Unfortunately, I wouldn't even truly blame too much of the rappers. The reason why is because most of the rappers, they truly come from the ghettos. So if you come to an individual who never really seen probably $5,000 in his life or $500, and you tell them, I will give you a contract for $1 million, I will put $500,000 in your pocket, but I want you to talk about a certain type of rap. I want you to preach a certain type of lifestyle in your music. Most of the people gonna say, look, man, if I gotta talk about killing my own brother for that $500,000, that $1 million, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So it's an industry where the people behind the scene is the ones that's really calling the shots. It gets to the point where the rappers, if they don't produce the album that the record company tell them to produce, they out of a job. It's all about get up out of the ghetto. Most of the rappers, they never go back to the hood. They make it out and they forget about the people in the hood. So it's a very tricky cycle. You know what I mean? Even some of the rappers, when they get to a point, when they get tired of that type of lifestyle that they're preaching about in their music, it's even hard because they're in contract. So the record labels, for example, Prince, you remember the singer named Prince, and this is the reason why he used to walk around with slave on his face, because he basically exposed the industry and said that the musicians are really slaves to the record companies.
What did he do? He walked around
He used to walk around and put slave on his face. He used to walk around with slave written on his face. Prince. He used to speak. He talked about how basically this is a record. This is an industry that's is designed to put you in debt. You put one record out, and when you go get your money, they will say, well, you owe us millions. And in order to pay this millions back, you got to give us another record, but we need this type of music. So it's really hard. You know what I mean? It's a cycle that even some of the musicians don't even know how to get out of.
It's kind of like interest, credit.
Definitely, definitely. The same people run interest, run a record label, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I remember when I used to write raps, I used to literally try to inspire to say the most evilest thing that a person can hear.
Yeah.
I used to go to write a rap and I used to say to myself, I want to say something so evil that the people might think the devil himself said these words. And this is the type of industry that after a while it makes you want to be the one that's the most in everything, the most craziest, sell the most records, the most disrespectful to the women. It's a competition among the rappers.
And what's the drive behind that? What are you trying to accomplish at the end of the day?
To be honest, even when I look back at it, I ask myself, what was I trying to accomplish? You know what I mean? What was I thinking about? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's all about money. It's all about how much records you sell, how much money you make. The main thing, the people behind the scenes, they don't really care what's going on. As long as you're going to sell some records, you're going to bring them some millions and billions of dollars. They don't care if you do a record talking about killing your own mother. For instance, Eminem came out with a record. He killed his mother in the record, buried her and everything in a record, and the record label produced this and promoted this type of stuff. So it lets you know that they doesn't care about the well-being of the musicians or the people that's listening to the music.
That's crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's a crazy industry.
And people are buying this.
And people buying it. People buying it. His own mother tried to sue him. And because she looked at it like it wasn't entertainment. She said, how can my son do a record talking about killing me and burying me? But the record label produced it and they promoted it. So one of the things that the kids need to know that, man, this is entertainment. These rappers are putting out these records talking about drive-bys. These people don't even go back in the hood anymore. 99% of them don't even go to the hood. They can't go to the hood. So it's an entertainment that the kids, they listen to these people. And it's something that they have to use their common sense. You know, you should tell yourself, how come, for example, 50 Cent's talking about all this gangster stuff, but he got the biggest house on the East Coast of America. Actually, obviously, he's not in the hood anymore. You know what I mean?
I mean, how can you, what advice can you give to somebody
My advice is basically, man, that we, don't take these people as our role models. These people that when they want to go feel good, they have to get high, have to go get drunk, just to face reality of their life. When I was in the music industry, man, I was afraid to be sober. just because I know that the way I was living my life wasn't correct. And most of these rappers are the same way, man. They're not happy. So why is our kids looking up to people that don't have guidance?